afternoon, folks. Big Bo with RVs with Big Bo at Parkway RV Center. And guess what, guys? Got another awesome value in a small Class C motorhome we're going to review today. And this is a really good buy. That's not a misprint on the price, but there's a reason for that price I'll go over here in a minute. This is a 2019 Gulfstream Conquest 6220. This is their smallest Class C they made in a Conquest in 2019 with a slide. It's only 24 feet 11 inches long. And the reason why it's only $49,900, which is an incredible deal for them. I mean, this is a 2019 for the price of a 2014 or 2013 anywhere else, is because it does have some miles on it, guys. Not enough miles that it's going to hurt, but it does have 73,000 miles. So let me go ahead and get that out of the way. I mean, that's why it's priced so low. I mean, NADA book on this thing, even when you add or deduct for the mileage in this case with no other options, is over 60 grand. Let me flash that up real quick and get that out of the way. So you see, guys, this thing's way under book even with the miles, and this thing's in beautiful condition. Story I got, and this is this was a new RV trade-in. The people that traded it in traded on a new one at a dealer down in Florida. It's one of the dealers we buy their trade-ins, and they don't mess with used, they only sell new. Apparently they bought it from some kind of local rental place, little independent rental place. They put about 15,000 miles on it after they bought it. They just decided it was their first RV. They wanted something bigger, so they traded on a new Class C that was bigger than this one. But I mean, I've got the generator running. Everything runs great. We're going to drive it later in the video so you can see for yourself. The mileage doesn't hurt the drivability of it. I mean, this has got the 6.8 V10. Those are 200,000 mile plus motors, guys. It's got 73,000 miles, and it's a smaller motorhome too. So it's safe to say you'll probably get over 200,000 miles. You keep it serviced and maintained properly. And a lot of life left to it, guys. I mean, I bought my personal motorhome with 87,000 miles on it. Miles doesn't scare me because I know these modern motors are good for it. And you can see it's a HD Max, got the good looking colors on it. I love blue on a motorhome, guys. It just really stands out and pops. 4 kW Onan generator running right now, powering everything inside. Dash air's ice cold, no check engine lights. Tons of power for a little motorhome. You can see it's got a small rear corner slide out. No delamination. One thing though, my driver did say it felt like it had a bad tire in the back, so we will drive it, but I may have to run it down to the tire store, get that tire looked at. May have to replace the rear tires. Front tires look great. I don't think they need to be replaced, but I may have to replace the rear tires. I don't know yet till I actually have a professional look at it, but we will drive it later in the video, so it may have a little bump in the rear, but we'll take care of it no matter what it is. And still sell it for $49,900. Does have a power awning that looks great. Got the LED light strip in it. Nice little motorhome, very basic. For those of you, this may be like the previous owners, this may be your first RV. You want something pretty basic to get your feet wet. Nothing real complicated. Well, here you go. Stripes and finish look great. Cab over looks great. Got outside speakers. Got the upgrade more ride suspension. It's got the Asdale panels. Like most modern RVs, you don't have to worry about delamination as much like you did with the older RVs because of the Asdale. What the Asdale is it's a synthetic wood product, and you've got these fiberglass panels, and instead of having a wood backer board, what happens is with the wood backer boards on the older RVs, if they ever leak, that water, if it penetrates that wood backer board, of course that wood rots, and those fiberglass panels are glued to those wood panels. That's what keeps them down and keeps them smooth and all that. What happens is, well, if that fiberglass doesn't have anything to glue to, it starts popping up and creates bubbles in the fiberglass. And now those panels, those Ashdales, keeps this from delaminating because it's a synthetic. It doesn't use the wood backer boards. You can literally take a piece of Ashdale, soak it in a bowl of water for years at a time, take that out, and none of the moisture will retain in those Ashdale panels. It won't swell up, it won't rot or anything like that. So even if you do have a water leak, which is something all RVs inevitably do, it's not going to damage the wood. There's no wood backer board to damage. Not only that, but this is a Gulfstream, so you do have more steel in the construction, especially in the floor. That's one thing Gulfstream's known for, is they've got a really strong floor system. And pretty neat, guys, especially for under 50 grand for a 19 model Class C. This one's not going to be around long, even with the miles. And hey, one thing you can say about buying one with 73,000 miles, I know a lot of people are worried about buying something that's been sitting for years at a time between uses. You don't have to worry about it with this one. I mean, that's one thing you definitely don't have to worry about. All right, guys, let's look in the front cab first. Now, first of all, there's no smoke or pet odors in this RV. Got a touchscreen stereo, 73,372.6 miles, no check engine light, dash air's ice cold, of course got tilt cruise, built on the E350 chassis, does have the torque shift transmission, does have the 6.8 Triton V10, 305 horsepower, 420 pound-feet of torque. Tons of power for this little motorhome. And that's actually good because, you know, the good thing about having a big motor in a small motorhome is that motor is not struggling to pull this thing up a mountain or a hill. So not only do you get more power, more torque, but a lot longer motor life too, because that motor's not straining its guts out all the time. Heated power mirrors. And one thing I'll point out, guys, if you need an emergency start, it's kind of hidden, but it's right here. What that is if your motor battery is ever dead, let's just say for some reason the motor battery went dead and you parked overnight somewhere and you put your key in the switch and you just hear it clicking, what you do is, of course, you might have to do a little twisting and turning, but you press and hold this button right here down, and what this does, this ties your house batteries to your motor instead of your motor battery, and it will crank your motor off the house battery. So you press and hold it, crank your motor, and it cranks up, then you let go of the button and your alternator will start charging your dead motor battery, and it'll get you out of a jam. So that's kind of a weird place to put it, but that's Gulfstream. Front seats, even though they got 73,000 miles, look great. This thing does not have flaking furniture. Is it perfect? No. I mean, it's a used 2019 model. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to save you $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. I mean, it's half price of a new one. By the time you add all the fees and upsells, the new dealer's going to charge you. And I'll go over more of that here in a minute. But it does have 73,000 miles, guys. So if you can't wrap your head around that, then there's no sense in you even looking at this video. You might as well go ahead and spend, you know, 20 grand more and buy one just like it used with half the miles, and this will do everything that one will do, and for 20 grand more, or this one will save you 20 grand. Got a lot of life left to it, guys. I mean, you've got another 140, 150,000 miles left on this coach if you take care of it, keep it maintained, repaired, all that good stuff. I do like the way they did the cab over, guys. You do have a large TV on a swivel mount. This is a full-size bed, and what they did, they put a little bit smaller bed up here and put those cabinets for extra storage. And of course, you've got your fold over. I'll try to show this to you one-handed. You've got your, let me just scoot this to the side. You've got your, I apologize, guys, I'm trying to do this one-handed and hold the camera with the other, but you put your insert piece right here, and this is a full-size bed, and then you've got your ladder, which can sit up here. I may not exactly have that set up right, but of Climb up there and you got a double bed for 2 people. You've also got a table booth that makes a bed. There's your books and manuals. You can see the furniture looks good. You've got a little signs of wear and tear like you would on any 73,000 mile motorhome regardless of the year. You got a little bit right here. That's probably where people from coming in and out of the cab over put your hand here to kind of pull themselves up. Got blue LED accent lights. That's nice. And I'm just trying to show you anything I see negative because it is a used RV, but like I said, you're looking at half price of new. Got a 13,500 BTU non-ducted air, which is all you need for this floor plan. Blowing ice cold right now. Generator's got, of course, you know, you got expected to have a few hours on it, 985 hours. Runs good, fires right up, put out like it's supposed to. I mean, those 4 kW Onan generators, again, just like the motor, you've got probably you keep it maintained, you probably got a 3,000 to 4,000 hour generator there. 3 burner stove top and oven. And guys, I want to also tell you, we have not done anything to this motorhome. This is how my drivers brought it in. We haven't cleaned it. We haven't washed the outside. This is exactly how we picked it up. In fact, they even left a biscuit pan in there for you. Greystone microwave. Clean. Because the dealer we got it from, the new dealer, all they did was stick it in their storage lot until we went and picked it up. They didn't clean it up or try to sell it or have it on the market or anything. Some overhead storage, got a nice tall roof. It does have a couple of these little LED lights that are not working or very weak. You can get those for like $15, $20 on Amazon. You may have to pick up 2 or 3 of those. This one is a touch light. It's got the little metal band around it. You touch that metal band and it turns that light off and on. LED lights all work. Freezer is getting cold. Of course, even though we're selling this thing for the lowest price of any 2019 220 Conquest on the internet, you can get an RV Trader and look at that. We're still going to include our major systems inspection, guys, at $49.9. We're going to check and guarantee at time of sale the slide out to work, the generator to run and put out like it's supposed to. We're going to guarantee the roof air to work. We're going to guarantee the drivability, even if we got to put new tires on it. We're going to guarantee the refrigerator and freezer to operate correctly. You probably replace that light too. It's getting dim. We also guarantee the plumbing systems, which include all the faucets and spigots and toilets. Includes the water heater, water pump, and you know, and of course your inlet and all that good stuff. We check that, make sure it works. If we find a problem with any of that, we fix it. And we guarantee of course it didn't have a step. It's just got that low step floor, so you don't have to worry about folding a step in and out. So we include all that, guys. We leave the Mickey Mouse stuff to you, like those 2 or 3. I think there's 3 lights in here you'll have to replace. No big deal, guys. You can replace all 3 of them in less than 30 minutes. Probably 50, 60 bucks on Amazon or Walmart.com, or if you want to spend twice as much, for a part, then go to an RV dealer that's got a parts store, but you can buy the stuff online for a fraction of the cost. Your rear corner slide has got a queen bed in it. Now, guys, like any of these with this particular slide out system, you cannot use this bed when the slide out is in, and I will show you what it looks like here in a minute with the slide out is in before we test drive it. You do have a rear corner bathroom, and not a huge bathroom, but this is a small motorhome, guys. And I'm 300 plus pounds too, 6'4", but I can get in here pretty easily. Little tight squeeze through the door, but you've got a stand-up shower, skylight. You can see around the skylight, looks good. Medicine cabinet, sink, plug-ins, all that good stuff. A little bit of storage right here by the bed and over the bed. Got some more blue LED accent lights and a couple of blue lights, reading lights, which don't look like much now, but they put a lot more light at night for reading and things like that. This is your closet. So pretty fair amount of storage considering the small size of the motorhome overall. You know, this can sleep up to 6 people, but it's more or less a couple's motorhome. But I do like the storage amount in it. It's more storage than average for this size motorhome, especially with these. In fact, let me see if I can get back here to them. Maybe. It goes back about 8-9 inches, so I mean it's not a huge amount of storage, but hey, every little bit helps. And of course you can swivel your TV on out too. I'm just running it on antenna, but you can swivel it out and see it from the table and all that good stuff. Not a bad RV, guys. It really isn't. Not for the price. And $49.9, of course, is a haggle-free firm price. It does have a furnace too. 6-gallon gas electric water heater. It does have the EPDM roof. Pretty good bit of outside storage. And like I said, it's not brand new, but it's a heck of a deal for what it is. You're not going to find a 19 model under 25-foot C-class with a slide anywhere else for any less, period. And you know, you look on RV Trader, guys, these things are, there's one dealer, and I want to point this out, guys. I'm not going to mention the dealer's name or show you the ad, but get on RV Trader and look up 2023 Gulfstream 6220D, which is what this is. There's a brand new one listed on there for $83,347 from a dealer in Ohio, Lakeview, Ohio. I want to tell you the kind of BS that this is what new dealers do now. $83,347, which for one of these brand new, even though it's $33,000 higher, sounds like a great deal. But you can't walk in there with $83,347 in cash or a cashier's check and buy that unit, guys, because they're not going to sell it to you for that. You've got fees, you've got upsells. They're going to add another $10,000, $15,000 in fees and upsells, extended warranties. But here, guys, I'm going to read you the ad, and I'm not going to mention their name or anything, but you can read it yourself if you want to get an RV Trader. 2023 Gulfstream Conquest 6220D, and this is all in caps. Customer must finance through the name of the dealership and qualify through a participating bank. In other words, guys, cash customers not welcome. If you've got your own money or you want to go through your bank, that statement right there, if I was a consumer, tells me I'm not welcome there. That's wrong, guys. And of course, and here's the kicker, at the very end of the ad, the very last sentence, this unit is currently on order, which is RV jargon, RV advertising jargon for not in stock. So, A, you can't buy it for cash for that price. And B, you can't go in there and buy it if you want to because it's not there. But they're advertising it. That's wrong, guys. I have a big problem with that because A, it shouldn't matter how you pay for something. You know, here at Parkway RV Center, we've been in business since 1968. We don't care if you go to your own bank and get financing. We don't care if you bring cash. We don't particularly like all $100 bills, but we will take it if that's what you bring. It's dangerous to carry that kind of money, but we're not going to turn it down if you bring it. I mean, it goes right into our bank, and we have to do the 8300 IRS form. That's more paperwork for us and all that. We do everything strictly by the law. I mean, the days of dealers keeping safes full of cash in hidden locations have been gone for 30 years. Everything's on computer now, so everything's networked. I mean, you pay cash, guys. We have to do certain forms with the IRS to let them know that you paid over $10,000 in $100 bills. That's why we prefer cashier's checks or wire transfers. It's less paperwork involved, And but now, if you do insist on bringing cash, we're not going to turn it down either. We can't legally turn it down. But the fact that they put that in all their ads tells me that they're making a ton of money on financing, guys, and to the point that they only want to sell their RVs to finance customers. Because here's what they're doing, guys. They're taking that $83,000 motorhome, making you finance through one of their lenders. They're marking that interest rate up on what they're getting people approved for, up 1 or 2%. Guys, they're making an extra $8,000, $9,000, overcharging you $8,000 or $9,000 on financing that you're paying out of your pocket over the life of an RV loan. Then they're adding extended warranties, gap insurance, tire and wheel packages, roadside assistance, Xylon exterior and interior treatments, and all this other crap that's not worth the paper it's written on. Just pretty much RV snake oil is what I call it. Like it's going to protect your RV from anything. It doesn't. Oh, it gives you a warranty, they say. Yeah, it's a warranty that if it fails, like if your RV starts fading after putting their stuff on it, all it does is they're going to warranty it that they'll put more of that crap on it that didn't protect it in the first place. That's what the warranty says. The word warranty can be very, very, very much abused. And all people and most consumers hear is warranty. They don't look at what that warranty actually covers. Same way with extended warranties. People go buy a $8,000 extended warranty that costs a dealer $1,500. They charge the customer $8,000. They pocket the difference. They add it to the loan with an interest rate that's marked up 2%. They're picking up an additional several $100s in interest on that extra upsell that you're overpaying for. So it's safe to say, to buy that unit for $83,000, it'll be 120 grand, 110 to 120 grand you'll owe on that motorhome by the time you pull out with it. Just to buy it for 83, you'll owe 110 to 120 on it. I guarantee it. That's how they make your money. And the bad thing is, when you need those services, they're not going to pay. Those extended warranties, guys, are not worth a flip. The only warranty that's worth a flip is a factory warranty. And that's included for the sales price of every new RV. No dealer charges you extra for a factory warranty. That's included, guys. If they try to charge you extra, you need to call the manufacturer and tell that manufacturer, hey, this dealership is trying to charge me extra for the included factory warranty. They'll get on that dealer really quick. And that's just the kind of stuff you put up with new RV sales, guys. I don't know why anybody with an IQ of over 80 will buy a new RV. I mean, it's just not, it's just throwing money away. And I know this unit's got 73,000 miles, but it's half price what you're going to spend on a new one by the time they get done with you. And you don't have to put up with all that bull. Here, it's $49,900. I don't care if you finance through one of our lenders. We make no money on financing. We do not mark the interest rate up. Here, guys, you can bring cash. We take trade-ins. You can bring money from your own bank. If you want to finance through your bank, through our bank, it doesn't matter. We keep things easy, simple, and done. You know, we're an old school dealership. We own everything we sell. We don't floor plan anything. We don't have mortgages. We don't finance anything. We buy units. We pay cash. It allows us to buy these things at a lower price. And because we don't spend millions of dollars a year in advertising, we don't spend millions of dollars a year marketing, that allows us to pass those savings along to you. And you go to Rip-Off World, for example, and they have stadiums named after them, and they have college football games and NASCAR races named after them. That means everybody that buys an RV from them's got to pay a couple of $1,000 extra on the price to cover that advertising, because all that cost gets passed along to the consumer that's unfortunate enough to buy an RV from them. That's how that works. The cost just gets passed along to the customer. If a dealership floor plans the entire inventory, they pay something like this, they'll pay $3,000 or $4,000 in floor plan interest, because they don't have the cash to pay Gulfstream for that new inventory. So they do what they call floor planning. That's a short-term finance plan that a dealership does from the and the manufacturer sends the paperwork to a bank, and the dealership finance it on 30-day terms. So every 30 days they have to pay interest, high rate of interest until they sell that unit. So they might have to pay every 30 days until they sell a new unit. They might have to pay $2,000 or $3,000 in interest. And they pass that along to the customer in the form of higher prices to cover that overhead cost of paying that interest. We pay cash for everything, guys. It allows us to get better deals, and we pass that along to our buyers. We price our stuff by what we pay for it, not for what it's worth. You saw the NADA. I could price this thing for $59.9 just as easy as $49.9 and probably sell it just as fast. But that's not how we operate, guys. We price it by what we have in it, not what it's worth. But that's why we've been in business since 1968. That's why we sell 500 to 600 used RVs a year. Easy, simple, and done. $49.9 plus sales tax, applicable sales tax. And if you're a Georgia residents only, there is a $50 to $100 highway impact fee and a $40 to $50 tag and title fee involved. That's it. No dock fees, no prep fees, no processing fees, happy camper fees, destination fees, there's no freight fees, none of that nonsense. If you want this unit delivered, guys, it's $2 a loaded mile one way, or if it's easier for you to figure, it's $1 a mile round trip if you want it delivered. That's it. Take it to the bank. And that's a haggle-free firm price. I don't care how you pay for it. I don't care if you finance, if you pay cash, you go through our bank, your bank. Again, gold, silver, we'll trade for anything of value. Now, guys, by the way, we had a guy try to trade us a boat this morning. If you've got a boat or a motorcycle you're wanting to trade for an RV, please keep in mind this time of year, if you trade a boat or a motorcycle, it's too late in the year. I mean, we will take it on trade, but it's going to be at a greatly reduced value because chances are it's going to have to be put up in the spring. You know, those are very seasonal items after the 4th of July. When kids start going back to school, those boats and pleasure boats and stuff like that, they really drop in value because people don't go out, and that stuff they buy in the spring, not at the end of summer and early fall or winter time. And the people that do buy boats in the spring, late summer, early fall, and the winter time are looking for bargains. So we have to price them accordingly. So if you've got a boat to trade, you got to be willing to take a pretty good chunk off what you think it's worth, because unless you want to sit on it till the spring. So just fair warning. I had a guy try to trade a boat this morning. He thought it was worth full retail book, even though the unit that he was looking at was priced $20,000 under NADA base retail, and I even showed it on the video I did that was 20 grand, but he thought his was still worth full retail, and it was a boat in early August. So we didn't make a deal, let's just say that. But hey, you know what, people don't always think things through sometimes, because you know, when you trade something in, you know, we have to resell it. But and you know, and here's the thing, guys, especially on something odd like that, we're not a boat dealer, so we have to sell it for a lowest price in the country, just like we sell our RV. And that's really true of any trade-in. If you've got a trade and we're selling something for the lowest price in the country, then if we get a trade-in, we have to trade for it and be able to sell it just the same, lowest price in the country. So you have to weigh out everything. So it's a give or take thing. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all watching, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video for a minute. Let's bring this room in. In the meantime, smash me a thumbs up, comment, share on social media, hit that subscribe button, guys. Best way to support my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification button. You know, I'm different than anybody else on YouTube. I actually kind of tell you the truth of RVs. I don't sugarcoat anything. I save you money. You know, if you do buy an RV, of course, I'm always going to prefer you buy from us. But if you don't buy from us, guys, try support us mom and pop dealers. Stay away from these big chain dealerships. I mean, I know I can't tell you what to do, but maybe I gave you some information so you can see exactly how they operate, like that ad I just told you about. Guys, these things are, you know, we're a dying breed. These corporate dealers are snuffing us out like crazy. Even though our prices are so much lower, but people, the general public is under the assumption that the bigger the dealer, the lower price. But it's actually the exact opposite. The bigger the dealer, the bigger the overhead, the higher the price. And they don't realize that that asking price online comes with a lot of conditions. It's like that one, like this one brand new for $83,000 and change. You don't realize that that out the door price is going to be an additional 20 grand on top of that. Trust me, you don't go in there and buy them anywhere close for the advertised price. That's how they do it, because they add everything else on top of it. So so please support us mom and pop dealers, guys. Yeah, because there may be a day that we may not be around, us mom and pop dealers. I hate to say that, but these big dealers, guys, they're determined to be the only ones in this game. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it. Hang tight and let me bring this room in, and I'll be back in just a second. Well, that was a pretty simple one to do, guys. As far as a slide out procedure on this one, turn your motor off, parking brake on, and of course, like always with slide outs, you want to go outside and make sure that all your outside compartment bays are shut and latched. If you were parked underneath a tree, anything like that, you want to make sure there's no, you know, leaves or sticks or any kind of debris on top of your slide out, because they can damage your seal before you bring it in. Come inside, you got a slide out switch right above the door right here. It's electric slide out, of course, like most of the modern ones. You bring it, you press and hold the in button until it comes all the way in. As with all slide outs, bring them all the way in or all the way out. There's no in between, because if you do not, the slide out seal cannot connect to the wall, and can't keep the water out if the seal can't connect. But you can see, guys, the mattress does fold into half. So I guess a small kid could use that for like a day bed, but you cannot use this full queen size bed going down the road or without putting your room out, which just takes a few seconds, by the way. But you've got full access to everything, but you accept this closet right here, and you've got full access to your bathroom and the rest of the RV with the slide out in driving down the road. So let me get one of my salespeople. Yesterday I had to use one of the girls from the office, but maybe one of them's freed up. We can go for a quick test drive, take it down the road, see how this thing does. Like I said, my driver said something about a bump from a bad tire in the back, so I'll see if we feel that. And if I do, I'll get it down to the tire store, get it checked out. So hang tight, and we'll be right back in just a minute. Hey guys, I'm gonna do just a quick test drive by myself. I went ahead and drove this next door to get some fuel, and I filled it up for you, by the way. But I know there's a big chunk of tread missing out of one of the tires on the rear tire, so it's probably gonna ride like crap. So I'm just gonna take you for a quick drive, and I'm gonna take it over to the tire shop, get that took care of for you. I mean, heck, we drove it up the interstate here, so I guess we're okay to run it down the interstate and back one exit, but I don't want to take it just too awfully far. Again, guys, I apologize. I'm driving one hand, filming the other, so not something I really like to do, but I think we'll be all right. But the main thing I want to do is drive this thing and make sure the transmission shift's good. Make sure it's got good power, which it does. I mean, we're running 50 miles an hour. Yeah, that's definitely a tire. I've heard that noise many times, guys, in my years of getting RVs. So yeah, guys, I just want to do this really quick. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and release the video today. And what I might do is maybe here in a day or two is I'll save the video and re-release it with a new driving segment after we get the tires put on it. In fact, I'm not even going to drive it down the interstate. We'll take it down the back roads, because I'm running 55 right now. I'll go ahead and try the cruise out and everything. Cruise works. But yeah, guys, we definitely got a, well, I seen it. I know we got a bad tire, big chunk of tread missing out of it. And guys, that happens. You know what? None of these things are predictable. I mean, if RVs where everything was meant to be perfect, we'd never have RV repair shops or a need for RV techs or a need for RV parts. The main thing I wanted to see, hey, does this thing run good? It does. Not a lot of squeaks and rattles. You know, I do like the fact with a SAT Class C, you've always got a built-in sunshade. No check engine lights. Brakes feel good. So guys, definitely taking a different route today. So I apologize for not taking it up the interstate, but I mean, we're running 55, so that's pretty close to how fast I run anyway. And I promise you, this V10 has got takeoff power galore. Anyway, this unit's going to be $49.9 with tires on it, so don't worry about that. With new tires, give us a call, 706-965. Oh, let's try the brakes here. I got a little bit of vibration from that one tire, so that's really not really a good test. But yeah. And you can tell it's not a rear end or anything like that, because a rear end, a tire, you hear it all the time when you give them the gas or when you let off the gas. And that is, with a rear end, you don't. You just hear it mostly when you accelerate. So the fact that I'm hearing it all the time and I'm feeling it all the time tells me it's a tire. So guys, I will get that taken care of for you. I will re-release this video hopefully in the next couple of days with a new driving segment, one of my salespeople. Hopefully it'll look a lot better, but hey, this will give you an idea, show you kind of what we do and what we're willing to do. I mean, I guarantee you most dealers would, for this price, wouldn't even mess with putting tires on it, but we're not, or even filling it up with gas. I didn't put $10 or $20 in it like a lot of people do. I went in and filled it up for you. $145 worth of fuel, so that's one thing you don't have to worry about. Thank y'all so much for watching, guys. We're gonna head on back and or me, and I'll see you back here and on the next one. Thanks again for watching. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.